Hello everyone, my name is Aurora and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be on how I'm going to dye my hair. I'm kind of on a roll with filming videos today, so you've probably seen some other ones, where I'm looking the same, wearing the same thing. But as you guys know, I purchased some hair color when I got my hair cut, and I have been wanting to dye it. But at the same time, I don't want to dye it because my hair is very healthy right now. And when I dye it, I'm going to have to double process it and bleach it first before putting in the color, because I want to make sure that the color shows up really vibrantly in my hair. And I've been telling myself, don't do it, girl, don't do it, but girl, I'm gonna do it. And I think I'm gonna do it today. So, have some supplies here. I have the hair dyes, and I got a plastic shower cap. I'm not sure how I'm gonna use this, if I'm just gonna use it like once I have the bleach in my hair, with like foils, and just put this on top. I'm also thinking of doing like a makeshift bleaching cap where I just kind of like poke some holes in here and pull some hair through, so that way I can just bleach certain sections. I'm not entirely sure. And then I have some cotton balls, because I've also kind of seen some techniques online where they're doing like balayage, and kind of the way they keep the pieces that they're balayaging separate is they take a cotton ball, they'll like tear it out into like a little string, and then they'll put it in between the layers of hair to keep the bleach from transferring to other pieces of hair. But this will also be good just to put some petroleum. I actually don't have petroleum, so it'll probably be this like CeraVe moisturizing jelly stuff that I have. I'm going to put that around the perimeters of my face, especially when I do this bleaching of this. It's an intense violet color, because I don't want it to transfer it onto my actual skin. But yeah, as you guys know, my hair is looking a little crazy, but I'm going to take it down, pull all the pins out, and I'll probably film the rest of this in the bathroom as I'm going through the process. But yeah, I am going to do the bleaching first, and I may wait until tomorrow to film the part where I put the intense violet color on my hair. I normally like to give it a day in between the bleaching and the hair color. I know like in the salon they do it right away, and I could definitely do that, but I don't know, I just like to wait a day. But we'll see how it ends up turning out, like if the color lifts pretty easily or not. We shall see. Okay, y'all, so I'm getting closer. I have bleached my hair at home one time before, but I bleached all over, and then I dyed my hair like a light brown color, and it worked out really well. This was years ago though, and every other time I've bleached my hair, it's always been in the salon. And this time I'm not doing my whole head, I just want to do certain pieces of it. So I kind of wanted to go with a little balayage effect, so that when I apply the violet hair color, it'll just like really be kind of like highlights mixed in with my regular hair, or with violet it'll be like a low light situation. So I just looked up a video online, and it was from a hairstylist, and they were talking about balayaging on short hair, and basically the technique was to do 2 horizontal lines towards the back and kind of tie off those sections, and then 2 diagonal lines that end behind the ear. And so I have 4 little sections. I used rubber bands on each side of my head, and then in the back it's like a V shape, and I'm just using an alligator clip to hold that in place. And then basically I'm gonna mix up the bleach, and I'm gonna use this little brush to brush from, I'm not going all the way to the root, but starting towards like the pieces that are face framing or closest to my face, starting up a little bit higher there, and then slowly moving towards the end and completely saturating them. I also grabbed some foil and have some sheets ready for that. And then I'll put all the foil in. I'm not going to use the hair cap. I think I am going to use the cotton to keep these little sections separate once I put the bleach in. My hair is a little bit oily because I didn't wash it this morning, so that's going to be perfect. The bleach won't irritate my scalp. I do need to put some, which I have some right here. You can use just regular petroleum jelly, but I have this healing ointment stuff. I'm going to put some right around here. I probably don't need it as much for the bleach, but just in case I get any kind of hair dye on my skin, that'll protect it. And let's see. Have my little towel cape with clips on. It's gonna be okay. I believe that. So I have applied it as best I could. I made a mess, so while it's like working, I'm gonna work on cleaning all of this up. And just kind of reference, I was using this Feria Extreme Absolute Platinum color. It lifts up to 7 levels. I'm definitely not gonna lift 7 levels. I'm probably gonna go 2 or 3. I just wanna lighten it enough that the other hair color will actually show up in my hair. Yeah, like, I know it looks a little crazy, but it actually went pretty smoothly, aside from me making a complete mess. So I'm just gonna work on cleaning this up. Yeah, so I just wanted to give an update on my hair. So this is after the bleaching, it's the next day. it worked exactly the way it was supposed to, right? It just lightened my hair a little bit. It's very orange, but that's expected because I didn't tone it or anything. I just wanted to lighten it so that tonight I can put this violet hair color in. And I think I'm just gonna apply this all over my head because it's not really gonna affect my black hair, but I wanna make sure that it covers everything that was bleached. But yeah, otherwise it just lightened certain areas. It actually turned out really well in the back. I'm probably not going to show you that because it's nothing like special. But I was like kind of worried about it just because like it's the back of my head. I can't really see what I'm doing, but it turned out fine. And even here in the front, there are a few areas where there's just kind of like some splotches. I tried to use the cotton in between the foils to kind of separate that, and for the most part it worked, but I do have a couple of weird like little spots right here. But otherwise, it did what it was supposed to do. Lightened my hair. It's probably at like a medium brown, dark blonde stage, like if I were to tone it. But yeah, this should work really nicely with this hair color. I think it's really going to show up and be vibrant. So I'm excited for that, and I'm going to do this and then I'll show you the end results. Okay, so I'm about to mix everything up. I'm wearing the same dress that I was wearing the other day. I had washed it along with the towel because I ended up getting bleach on both of them. And since this dress is already ruined, I'll go ahead and use it to dye my hair. So that way if I get any hair dye on it, it's fine. It was just like a lounge dress, so I have no problem getting rid of it. And then this towel I'm going to use as my bath towel since it's already stained from the bleach. You know, that way if there's any residual hair color left, it can just get on this towel. I also changed my bed sheets to like dark gray colored sheets and black pillowcases. So that way if there is any kind of hair dye that comes off, it's not going to ruin that. Yeah, and I just have the cotton and this healing ointment again. I'm going to put around my hairline to keep it from staining my face if I get any on my face. And the plan is to put the hair dye in, I'll put this cap on, and then I'm going to do a mask while I wait. It says it only takes 25 minutes. And yeah, here we go. Yeah, and the instructions warned against this, and I was like, oh, it's not coming out really quickly, and I splattered it everywhere. I hope this comes off my counters. All right, crisis averted. I cleaned it up very, very quickly. If you do happen to spill that color booster from the little tube, make sure you clean it up right away because I feel like it would stain horribly if you left it. All right, this is the aftermath. Just trying to clean up a little bit of what got on my face where the petroleum jelly is not at. It is all around the perimeter, so I'm confident that that will come off. And I did put some on my ears. I got it all over my neck. I'll talk about the formula in a minute. Just let me kind of put this cap on. Okay, so I got the cap on. I cleaned up the bathroom. There was splatter kind of a few different places. I got it all over this dress and my neck. I'm not too worried about my neck though because that's fine. I'm pretty sure it will come off right along my hairline because I did put the CeraVe like petroleum type stuff there. I just did the mask on the lower half of my face. I'm really just concerned about my chin. I'm feeling kind of like a little breakout coming out, so I wanted to make sure you know, I could pull out whatever impurities are there. But this hair color, I don't know, it's different from other hair colors like box dyes I've used before. It was very runny and liquidy, and so that's why I ended up like getting everywhere. Even though I had the gloves on, I did get a little bit like, there's a little bit of staining because I tried to wash it off right away. But it was like coming up both sides of the gloves. It was dripping, so I don't know, it was just very, very runny and difficult to work with. I did end up using the entire bottle though, and I'm hoping that it turns out well. I'm also hoping that it's more like violet and purple and not so much red. You know, obviously like mixed up, it was showing up as red, but I'm hoping that the color that it gives off in the hair is different because I didn't want red. I wanted like a violet color. So we'll see. And this dress, yeah, I'm not worried about it because I had already gotten bleach on it from the bleaching, so now it's just gonna have these stains on it and then I'll end up throwing it out. But yeah, the formula, didn't love it. The bleach was fine. Like when I mixed up the bleach one, that one had a thicker consistency, but this one was just really thin and runny. So we'll see how it turns out. Okay, so to give you guys an update on my hair, it has been about a week since I added the violet dye to my hair. And the first 2 days I didn't shampoo it, I just rinsed it out, and whenever I would shower, and then I'd put the conditioner that came with it in my hair. And then after that, for 2 days, I used the conditioning shampoo that came with the hair color along with the conditioner that came with the hair color. And then I ran out of that conditioning shampoo, and for the past 2 days I've just been washing it with my regular shampoo. And it has stopped kind of like bleeding. Like whenever I shower, I don't see any more pink, you know, in the water. And this is what it looks like. I think it turned out well. It definitely matches the color on the box, so I can't complain on that front. On the pieces that I had bleached, it's definitely much more vibrant. I'm hoping you can kind of see that. But I was really surprised by the fact that it actually did tint my black hair. So that's why it just looks very kind of, you know, it's this color all over. Even though the bleach parts are a bit brighter, it did add a tint to my black hair. And I kind of wasn't expecting that. So I think for that reason, it's made my hair look very auburn. It almost has like a mahogany color to it, and I was really looking for something that was more violet and a little more purple. You know, so I just think this is like it pulls red, and I don't know how much I love that. It's definitely not a fault of the hair color or the whole hair dyeing process. It's just kind of, you know, and it matches the color that was on the box. It's just, that's not what I had envisioned for myself. I do think it looks really good, but I'm just not sure if this is like the color that I want. So I'm gonna live with it for a couple of weeks, and then if I decide to dye it, I may end up just going and getting like a more blue toned purple shade and doing a few pieces to kind of balance out the warmth that's in my hair right now. But for now, I think it looks good. I just air dried it today, but it's not super frizzy or anything, so I wanted to show you guys. But it did come out really, really good. I just don't know if this is the color that I want. And I hope you can see kind of like the color. Maybe I'll trim my head. I'm also curious to see if it ends up fading. Of course, the first few days, you know, there's gonna be like dye like coming out, but I'm wondering kind of long term if there will be fading. I do recommend this hair color though, especially if you have dark hair and you don't want to bleach your hair. Like I said, it did tint my black hair, so I think, like as you can see, I think it would work really well as kind of like a subtle color to your existing look. But of course, if you want it to show up really, really brightly, you could bleach it like I did. Let's see. Yeah. But I like it. It's just a new look. It's something that I needed.